You know what? I don't know. How do you feel about Elon Musk? I think he's a dick. There are some disagreements there behind the scenes, quite a bit, where I think that maybe they're going, okay, these people need to have their authority in their departments, and maybe Elon is floundering a little bit, and his focus seems to be right now on pushing some of this AI legislation. Let's go to bad Elon. And there's good and bad. Let me do that again. Hold on, bring that back up. Do it, listen. Is that a wild boar? Sounds like
yeah, I guess.
Is that the World of Warcraft thing? Anyway, now the reason why is because, of course, the Paris Accord is horrible for the United States of America, right? You just look at the regulations and what it would cost. It would cost American jobs, thousands, right? We could see a $2.5 trillion loss in GDP by 2035. Oof. 87% of American energy comes from coal, oil, natural gas, right? The boogeyman, as is known in the Paris Climate Accord. Yeah. Also, by the way, the reason that Elon Musk left the Trump administration last time, because he was adamant about us signing on to it. I'm apprehensive. I'm always apprehensive. Why? The transition is a why. What's your flash of genius moment? He had a pretty good explanation for his, Elon Musk, when he talked about his son on Jordan Peterson's show. But he still makes some pretty questionable decisions where I go, I don't know. I mean, they've already engaged in some censorship on Twitter that was not, you have an apples-to-apples comparison, where Rumble said, no, we will not do that. Twitter said yes.
That's like what Justin Trudeau did.
Let me tell you this.
Canada.
If I spoke out the way that I am right now, and all of you, Mug Club, Rumble Premium, if instead you were subscribing, you were ex-premium members, our entire livelihood here would have been shut off.
Gone.
And you know what? And I would welcome Elon Musk to come on the show and have a very subdued, a very, very rational dialogue about this, where we can air our disagreements and hopefully come to some common ground with the American. I hope that he walks it back.
They've been around.
Here's
long
one thing
enough.
about Elon Musk that worries me. Remember, he was on some Trump guys, you can tell me, some advisory committees and dropped out in 2017. Remember that? He pulled out. I can't remember what it was, but he was upset with Donald Trump about something.
Maybe like a CEO board or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. And there was something that he did that offended Donald Trump enough where I don't know if it was something.
There was a tiff.
Deplatforming. So,
Rift.
And now he's back in. And an important contrast too here, by the way, and this is not me patting myself on the back, but Chris and the people at Rumble, there's a reason that we signed a contract with Rumble. There's a reason that we teamed up with Rumble. Elon Musk doing a lot of great work.
Yeah.
Certainly Doge. Huge fan of it. But X did back down. They did kneel before Brazil and demands, and they did censor content creators.
After saying they wouldn't.
They said they wouldn't.
Fighting for a little bit, then they did. Rumble never did.
Yeah.
In the entire process.
And X did it quietly.
Yes.
They went out and said, we will. If this is a free speech platform, all right, let's ban them. Let's get rid of them. I am not saying that we need to shut ourselves off from the world. That is not the debate over H-1B visas. Now, this came from Laura Loomer. Elon Musk could have said nothing, but he decided that this was a worthy cause for him to speak out. That's, again, what is concerning to me. He said, the reason I'm in America, along with so many critical people who built SpaceX, Tesla, and hundreds of other companies that made America strong, is because of H-1B. Don't agree? Then he said, take a big step back and F yourself in the face. I will go to war on this issue, the likes of which you cannot possibly comprehend. The issue, lifting the cap on H-1Bs. Then, what I would say resembles a leftist tactic. Not saying he is. Maybe he doesn't know, but the rhetoric sounds the same. He said the contemptible fools I'm referring to are those in the Republican Party who are hateful, unrepentant racists. They will absolutely be the downfall of the Republican Party if they are not removed. And he was talking about, of course, people who were critical of H-1Bs, largely those coming from India, because it's a huge majority of H-1Bs. And this is where I've said before, the new phrase for the year, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. If you say it's racist, for me to say, there's nothing from India that I want to import, unless there are people who cannot be found in the United States, such brilliant innovators, engineers, CEOs, people breaking ground. Okay, fine. That's not how the system is being used. Outside of that, there's nothing I want.
How can you overlook Elon's actual history of subsidized failing companies with tax dollars? And now he wants to tell government to be more efficient with spending?
You know what? That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Failing companies?
Tesla wouldn't be Tesla without subsidies and without tax credits.
I understand that, but he made it work.
Well, he did make it work, but Solyndra didn't. It was predicated on subsidies, right? So maybe he did, but the point is to then say, is it the government's job to be providing subsidies? Now, I think there's a difference between a tax break and subsidies, and electric vehicles have received both. I bet you his mind changed when he realized that the government was picking winners and losers.
We just talked about this yesterday. He was just in China when all the Daily Wire stuff was going on, visiting his factories and talking about expanding growth in China. And he also had, I can't remember the name of the city, but he also, where they keep the Uyghur camps. He has a Tesla showroom there. So at the very least, have your factories and everything, but don't put a showroom right next to Auschwitz. Was the line that we were talking about yesterday.
Here is the new Tesla truck, and the little Uyghurs like, help me, get it off me, get it off me, get it off me. Okay.
But of course,
it is bulletproof.
Said, they're
Uyghur-proof. This is from the New York Times, where they said that Pentagon is including Musk in discussions about potential war with China, which is a problem. By the way, one of my primary, I should say, concerns with Elon Musk is he's very, very friendly with China.
Yes.
I'm not thrilled about that. So this would be an issue. I appreciate that he acknowledged that. We've always had those concerns with Elon Musk and his ties with China. He's been very, very China-friendly.
Yeah.
Makes me a little bit nervous. Because you need to understand that there are many, many people, your tech overlords, your sort of oligarchs, including, by the way, in some capacities, Elon Musk, who want to mass import third world labor from India to price you out of a job. And they do so under the guise that it's a more developed nation than it is. I think I'm in the minority here. It's like people were saying The Godfather is the best film ever.
Right, yeah.
I think Chinatown was the better movie that year. I think The Godfather's fine. It's like Carol Burnett. I don't find Carol Burnett funny. I'm in this small minority. I don't like Elon Musk.